Reliance AGM that took place today, where Mukesh Ambani has said this about how an average Jio user consumes content today. Listen to what he said.
We have democratized digital services, making them accessible to every citizen and business across our nation. Thanks to Jio, India is now the world's largest data market. Today, Jio's network carries nearly 8% of global mobile traffic. In 8 years, Jio has grown to become the world's largest mobile data company. Today, Jio is a 490 million strong family, reflecting the immense trust and loyalty of our customers. And each Jio customer, on an average, uses over 30 GB of data monthly, driving a 33% growth in our data traffic over the past year.
There, you heard it from Mukesh Ambani himself. You got the word from a conglomerate that pins its hopes of expansion on deeper consumption of social media. You heard how a content creator is choosing content to appeal to the masses and banks on it to go viral. Now listen to how a platform is growing to make such content that much more accessible. Here's the word that we got from the chiefs at YouTube and how they are counting on the Indian market to make YouTube Shorts more popular than it already is.
We're #1 in reach and watch time in India. And we just passed a huge milestone. Shorts, which we first launched in India, now has trillions of views here.
YouTube Shorts is the most used short-form video platform in India.
So you've got multiple perspectives on the growing use of social media in India. How much of it is productive though? How much of it is actually wasting our precious time? Let's talk about this. Girish Wankhede is a movie trade analyst. He's joining us with Rudrani Chattoraj, who's an entertainment journalist, host and anchor with ZoomTv. It's great to have all of you with us. Rudrani, you heard Mukesh Ambani at the Reliance AGM about average usage of data by a Jio consumer. And the word from YouTube is that their YouTube Shorts is the most used short-form platform in India. I want to ask you first, what kind of content do you think is being consumed on social media the most today?
I think the content that is mostly being consumed is definitely crisper, shorter. Nobody has time to really sit and watch so much. That is why YT Shorts is doing exemplary well, like you mentioned. Also, like we all know, things that go viral, things that are relatable. Today, the growth of content creators, is massive, and you see that all of the content creators are making content that is relatable. Most of them, that is the genre that they do. I'm talking about entertainment in particular, or lifestyle and stuff. The content is relatable, and I feel content like this does tend to go viral, and that is what the people are watching. I heard the conversation. The song Lovebomber itself is an example of why that song went viral, because everybody is sitting and discussing about relationships. You talk to Gen Z and they'll talk about dating apps and breadcrumbing and love bombing. And the song, while it might have been cringe to many, I think if you go and check the comments on YouTube, you will see like a lot of them saying, it kind of started growing on me. And I think her lyrics make sense because we've all been ghosted. So I think the factor of relatability, I think, is massive today.
Yes. And that's what social media affords as a medium, as a platform. People are able to express themselves. I concede ground on that. But Girish Wankhede, what determines, according to you, whether any kind of content that is put out today becomes viral or not? What makes for compulsive viewing, in your opinion?
It's more of a relatability. It's audience are being offered various reels or the shorts according to their moods, their habits. The algorithm says it all. So according to algorithms, if we get only those reels or shorts or the digital content which can engage us, which can excite us, it may be entertainment, it may be music, it may be motivation, or it may be anything. So that hooks the consumer, and most of these content creators, when they are going ahead with their content, they are more concerned about the revenue which they are generating rather
Correct.
than any social responsibility. They are
Right.
more focused on making it as a business acumen rather than paying any social consciousness.
So is it a good business, Rudrani, for content creators right now with the kind of reach, the kind of possibilities that exist, for the kind of marketing possibilities, the kind of tie-ups that they often have? Is it a good business for content creators today, the kind of content they create for social media?
It's a fantastic market for them today. Every movie promotion includes content creators. I mean, not every. The ones that can afford, let me say that. The biggest movies tie-ups are done with content creators. You see more podcasts happening today with social content creators to create buzz, right? They want to show the relatability because their content is like that. They want to make more fun reels rather than doing. I think the entire pattern of how promotion, I'm just giving an example of how movies are promoted and they used to be at a time, has also kind of changed, right? Because now it's different. And just to add to what you asked last time, you said that in the last question, you asked about what do you think works? I said relatability, and the other aspect is outrage, unfortunately. Doing something really ridiculous. If it's not relatable, doing something really outrageous, you see a lot of content out there and then they suddenly go viral. And it doesn't make sense. So again, the factor of outrage and attention kind of grabbing content is the other side of it as well, along with relatability. But answering your this question, 100%, this is a great market for them. You see the biggest brand in beauty, lifestyle, tech, everyone tying up with content creators because they feel like it's their reach is considered to be direct, right? Direct
Yes.
customer reach.
Yes.
Celebrities have the factor of glamour, but they also are not directly kind of associated with them, and that works better because today the entire game is about directly reaching to your consumers, and they do it better through content creators because, like you rightly mentioned in the beginning, phones have become cheaper. The Geo has made it more accessible for net, and everybody is on their phone. So I think massive market, and it's
Yeah.
extremely lucrative.
Yes, indeed. Girish Wankhede, you think this is about escapism, easy access to entertainment? Is that the reason why we're seeing an upsurge and how we get so hooked on to it and so easily at that is because accessibility, it's so easy.
Yes, of course, it is escapism, entertainment. That is what we always love. A middle class has got a huge appetite for entertainment, for music, and escapism. Of course, cinema is one of the escapism, but with the short videos or the short video apps like Reels and Roposos and Chingaris and uh, even YouTube Shorts, the market is such that it doesn't only entertain the consumer, but for the market leaders also, for the brands also, it provides a bigger opportunity to connect to their TG, their target groups. So it helps both.
Yeah.
It's not only the business, it's not only the consumer, but there is a huge understanding or underlying of a business sense as well as the brand promotion. So
So
as
there is a
every
deeper
film goes to,
understanding. But is there a deeper understanding of algorithms as well? In your
yes,
opinion, Rudrani, were these algorithms that track our likes and dislikes on social media, were they always designed to get us hooked the way they do today, or were they serving a more direct marketing need that has now been repurposed to get us addicted with what is often really mindless content?
But I mean, today after there is years of data, and I'm sure you have it as well. I think it is true. It is meant to be addictive. The doom scrolling that happens in the night is done in a way, to market that. Today we see we're all aware of how they use marketing. They are gathering your data. They are sending you those particular kind of content so that you keep clicking on it and watching on it. Instagram, particularly, you will see, will give you suggesting reels. You see one, they will assume that you're liking it. So I think that the algorithm definitely is obviously wanting you to consume more and more of its content. If you go and look at the way Instagram functions, you will see exactly that. You will see you've watched a particular food video, and you will see that something very similar will be shown to you absolutely within the next 2-3 seconds, and then it's again an endless night of doom scrolling. I definitely believe that it has been done in a manner that you do get addicted.
Well, this entire concept of binge watching, or when you're hooked and you're going through this short content, there is a definite understanding by content creators about how the algorithm works as well. Do you find that, Girish? Because, you know, the average understanding of a content creator today in using social media algorithms to make their content go viral, I just want to understand, how do you think they become adept at understanding this? Is it as easy as it seems?
Yeah, it's very easy because it's there on any short video. You can always understand the algorithm. If you are engaged to a particular genre or particular set, then it you get the same following. So even the creators would like to create that content which has got more engagement, which has got more reach, which has been liked. So in any group there will be always 90% of the group users who will like a particular type of content. So the content creator always know what sort of content they have to create. Also the brands know films and also the accessibility of international content is so huge now.
Yes.
We are hooked to South Korean content, to Chinese content, to almost every international content, and we start following them. If
Correct.
something international happens, we try to get that, follow that, and try to create our Indian identity with it.
Yes.
So we try to fuse in
Yes.
such a wonderful manner
Yeah.
that it gets the consumer hooked.
Yeah, so there are various ways to get consumers hooked today, whether it's a
Yeah.
trend in India, whether it's a global trend that we adapt in India. All of that is in the possibility range. But there are growing concerns, Rudrani, about the effects of social media on the mental health of people, especially youth. Do you see the need to kind of course correct on that count? In a sense, are we as consumers of social media playing into the hands of marketeers?
Absolutely. I think like there has been a lot of healthy discussions going on how much of watching is too much of watching, you know, and it's extremely necessary because we've seen that a lot of celebrities actually have spoken about how they are trying to kind of curb their social media time. On their phones, they have these timers, you know, that you can put that can actually, after a certain time, the app closes down, you know, and you don't have you kind of stop your watching time. So a lot of people are actually using techniques like this, and when we've spoken to a lot of celebrities who actually said that we are trying to do that because it does take a toll on your mental health. A lot of the content is also while a lot of the content that a beauty lifestyle is inspirational, it also can be very demoralizing for people who are at the other end of the spectrum. So, you know, you keep on thinking about it. You keep on thinking about what you don't have, and very unrealistic expectations are set also.
Yes.
Which I think people try to follow. And that I think is dangerous because we know in reality that social media is not real. You know, it is extremely curated. It is extremely structured.
And yet
in a
we're
way
talking
very
about
true.
it being relatable, Rudrani.
Yeah, and what they do is, so what happens is one part of it is they do content where you can, you know, you do these little funny skits where you know, you are being scolded by your parents, is relatable. But the other part is also where they become this social media celebrity, where they're being followed and dressed in certain way, listen to kind of music that they do. That is a little unreal. A lot of people actually, you know, because you said this, there's a lot of people who actually ask beauty creators to show their real face, saying that, you know, don't use filters if you're using creams and stuff. To be a little more specific, they're asked, you see a lot of them doing that now also, trying to be a little bit more real and do that. But besides that, I think watching so much of content
Yeah.
is definitely going to impact the way you think. Also, you know, there is no way that it can only be great.
Girish, what do you think? We risk putting our productive population at risk of wasting time on social media. That can be so mind-numbing, lead to issues. We've heard about depression, stress and anxiety being caused about this kind of increased exposure to social media content. Do you think we need to regulate screen time?
Yeah, actually, with every new possibility, new innovation, there will be some drawbacks, demerits as well. So yes, there will be anxiety, there will be mental illness, but yes, with it also comes some of the positive things like we get digital literacy, We have got more social acceptance of various groups also. So I think with every innovation, if such things comes which are the demerits, then the app controllers or the app makers, they should be responsible to give the notifications, to have certain mandates with it, which can not go, which we should safeguard the children basically who are vulnerable. But said and that, with every technology there will be
Yes,
always
indeed.
pros and cons.
And those
But
kind
is
of
it is
discussions are already taking place. And whether or
yeah.
not India needs to move at the same kind of pace to bring in certain regulations, that remains an important ask and something that a productive population needs to do by way of not getting so hooked onto social media. It's a debate that we should continue
Will be.
having, and we certainly will on ET Now. It's great to have Girish and Rudrani on this discussion tonight. Thank you both for joining us with your perspectives on this.